3D printing with supports can really be a pain. What we want our supports to do is that they give us the best surface as possible, and they should be very easy to take off. So I just made a print where it includes supports. As you can see here in the front, it's a part of 4 prints, and here right now we will take this very easily off. We will take this very easily off, and as you will see, there is no, you see here and here, take this off here. And this is quite a complex, because this is from a beard to Socrates, which is it's a status I have downloaded from MakerWorld. And here it's difficult because this is white, and in here there's also some supports. Here we take it out. You see this has been sitting in between here, and I get it very easily out. I have some there, and I want this inside the beard here, and here I got it out. You see, very easily. And this is matter of fact how you can remove your supports. I still have some here and some inside the beard there. I can't get my fingers in there, so I need to use some tools. And now we got, you see, I can take it out here just with the right tools. And here now we got, I don't know, I get this into focus. I don't know if you can see here, but we have got all out, and we have no scars, no nothing here. So this is what support should do, is to, of course, support overhangs. So we are not printing in the air, which will cause a disaster. But the challenges we have with the supports is many times that the surface is not become very well. It looks not good. It will take a lot of post-processing to get all this done. To help the support making a good job here is set different kinds of supports. This is a leaner support as an example, where you see the lines are going in a direction here of 45 degrees. Inside here, this is a part of the item itself, which we will use afterwards. In combining of this, a support can also be, how should I say, you lay a part of, I call it a carpet. This is additional small support lines vertically. I also move them in around 30 degrees away from the original support and the structure of the item itself. And why do I do that? It makes it somehow easier, or helps to get them easier breaking off. So this is leaner supports, and if you take a look here, this is with a mat on the top, and if you take a look on the bottom here of this item, this test item here, you will see it's a beautiful surface here. And this is not difficult to get off at all. It's not the same as a beard because it's a flat surface. It's more complicated as a beard we just saw it will become. You will need some tools to get inside where the supports has been created. So here is also a printed part where we can see the bottom is, I don't remember which this was, the filament here. But to remove the support here, again, you see how easily I do that, like this. This is not a beard, it's straight on. And look at the surface here. It's absolutely beautiful. And it really does not need any kind of post-processing. Compared to the top of this test item here, it looks almost similar. Then there is another type of supports, and this is tree supports, and they are called tree supports because they look like trees. Again, this is the same settings as I have for this linear supports, and they should be very easily to break off. But before we do that, take a look on this picture here. And here you can see the distance to the set top set here, which in my case is 0.14. And you can also on this picture see the angle that is on the mat that we have here on the top to help easily to get first of all to make a beautiful surface and end result. So this is a easy item. This is much more complicated because of the structure of the item. So this takes quite a little bit more job to get the supports out, but there is almost no post-processing on the beard to Socrates here. Then you can have other types of items like this one. This is a cover for the nozzle on the Creality K1, which I downloaded. And this has been printed like that on the bed. And this makes a not really nice surface here. The bottom here gets the structure of the bed. And yeah, inside it looks quite nice, but this is not the visible part. So we need to figure out how we, on the bed, will place this. I think this was printed in a direction like this, yeah. But I really need to get a good surface. I need to print it like that compared to the bed. And when I did that, you can do that in the slicer, in the Orca slicer. You can see when you slice it how it looks like, how the surface will be. Orca slicer also got, like many other slicers, a neat feature called fuzzy skin, which I used additionally here. And I did a print in red PLA filament with the fuzzy skin, and where I got angled the item here, the nozzle cover, perfectly, so it became this beautiful item here. It looks, matter of fact, great inside, and it looks great outside. There's no post-processing on this one. I can use it as it is. This was done with tree structure, but exactly the same settings. So what I wanted to do was to find settings which I use on tree support and linear supports. I have You see here while we are talking, you can see a quick video of the printing of this item on the K1. I'm so happy with the end result here. And that leads me to the tree support on this item here. So let's try to remove them, and let's see if they are easy to remove. And they are. It's like taking mushrooms off the earth, you see. And same as the other one, I just take them off, and again, there is absolutely no post-processing on this item as well. So let's move to the computer, and I will show you the settings I have made for this. And this was made with the settings. This was also made with the same settings, but the leaner supports. Matter of fact, I would believe that maybe tree supports would have been better for this print here, but I get it loose anyway. Just needed some tools. But let's go to the computer and take a look how we get these absolutely beautiful supports and easy to remove, and also this awesome surface. So as soon you have opened up Orca slicer or another type of slicer, I just used Orca, I do that in between. It is very easy to move these settings to other slicers as well. In Orca slicer, if you not have switched on the advanced features, then you should do that, and that will give you many more parameters. And also the support will pop up here, and if you click that one, then you can see there is enabling the support or not enabling the support. Here I need some supports for this print I will do here, and I have chosen tree supports. You can do normal supports, which is a leaner. The style, tree slim, tree strong, tree hybrid. If I choose a normal, it will be grit or snock. So what is it different on these two? Well, grit uses a little bit more filament than the snock. Here I just use the default, which is a third one. I really figure out what the difference is on the grit and the default. Maybe someone knows, and then please put a comment in the comment section. So the threshold angle is about the overhang. If it's more than 30 degrees, then it will create a support. Layer density, I have not changed that for its standard settings. Also the first layer expansion, 2 millimeters. Here I always have remove small overhangs, and build plate only or not depends on the item I want to print. In this case I only want from the build plate and up. Then we have rafts. I almost never use rafts, so it's also set to 0, which I also think is the standard settings in Orca. Support raft base, nothing there, it's a default. But here, now we come to the advanced setting, and you see here the bottom, the top set distance, which is distance between the support and the item itself. And here you can choose how many layers. In this case I do not want any layers because I have 3 supports, but if I use this feature here, then I use only 1, and that's because if I use 2 or 3 here, it becomes much more difficult to get off. And you saw earlier in the video that the surface is matter of fact perfect with one layer on the linear structure. The bottom I set to 0.08 because I need to be sure that these supports not break off the build plate, and that's why it's much more narrow there. Base pattern rectilinear, that's what I call linear. I always have it set to that. Here's a pattern angle, and this is a one. If you print like this, then I need to have my support angled on 30 degrees, opposite direction from where the item is printed, at most as possible, and that's because it's easier to remove. I have at least an idea of that. That's what I figured out. Interface pattern, again here you can have rectilinear, you can have concentric, grid. I have it's set on default, and I think that's also the standard settings in Orca. Here the XY distance normally support expansions. This is, you can come into a situation where your item at the end of the item on X and Y axis get rounded, and this is because the support is not really covering the whole item. And if this is the case, you can then at the normal support expansion here, and if it's a positive number, it will go beyond the item. So if you put 2 millimeters here, it will go beyond the item with 2 millimeters with the supports. The support object XY distance is a distance between the supports, and in this case it's 0.4 millimeter. You can of course make it bigger or smaller. Smaller you use more filament. Bigger your surface is not being so nice as we see it here earlier in the video. Yeah, that's it. Let's slice this one, and I think this will take 9 hours or something like that. Even with hyper filament from Creality, which I will print with between 200 and 300 millimeters per second. So, and this is, let me see, you can see supports. We matter of fact use 42 minutes for the supports, and we use 8.17 meters with filament for that. Yeah, that's it. You can take these supports and move to your slicer, what you normally use. So happy printing, and make these easy removable supports. Bye bye.